A very good evening, everybody. With the continued windy weather, we're looking at a continuation of our gale warnings across the area for all the open waters. 6 to 9 foot wave heights possible through tomorrow evening. It is not a gale warning for the Narragansett, but still a small craft advisory, so boating not going to be fun the next couple of days. Hey, with all the cold air and all the cold weather that we are seeing, I'm sure a lot of you are wondering, where is the snow? Well, it's not that the country doesn't have much. It just happens to be us here in southern New England that don't have much to talk about. 42% of the lower 48 covered with snow right now. Look at how far south to here. Northern Texas, Oklahoma, into the Mississippi and Tennessee valleys and into the mid-Atlantic. That was a lot. The majority of that was because of our last storm that just passed to our south yesterday. Look at this. Southern New England, just a snow hole out there. Could we see a little bit this weekend? Well, we haven't had any real big storms come through the Northeast that have been snow related. We had the rainstorm coming through on New Year's even day, but all that lake effect snow is keeping the snow resorts happy up into places like upstate New York and northern New England. So here are the two areas of energy or low pressure that we are watching that will come together for the main part of the weekend storm, which it's not that the storm is not going to be there. It's just a matter of where it will go and what it will do. So put a pin in that. Bringing it back home here for a second. Frigid night coming up. Teens for your lows tomorrow morning and wind chills in the single digits to near zero once again. Another very cold afternoon with highs well below freezing. A few more clouds later tomorrow into Thursday morning, and then another generally sunny day with some cloudy intervals from time to time, but the cold weather remains. We'll see those wind gusts tomorrow, again 30 to 40 miles per hour out of the north-northwest. They relax a little bit Thursday into Friday, but both days will still be breezy with wind gusts in that 20 to 30 mile per hour range. So the reason for all the wind, strong low pressure up in the Canadian Maritimes, strong high pressure building in, kicking up that wind. Now we take a look down to the south and we pivot here looking ahead towards the weekend. There are those two lows. They come together over Texas, head east through the Mississippi Valley. You can see snow and ice already beginning to develop in some of the typically milder states like Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, heading again across the Mississippi. And then it's a matter of what it does. We've got generally two scenarios here. And we've talked about this, that the Euro has continued to kind of shoot this storm out to sea, which means little to no snow. The GFS was kind of up here yesterday. It's kind of caught on with the Euro's idea of thinking here, but it still does bring us a little bit more of significant of a snow right there. There you see the low. Close to that 70-40 benchmark here, and you can see the deep blue right over us in southern New England. So that would be some shovelable snow for sure, but the Euro still, outside of a few flurries and light snow showers, is shying away from that. So the reason here that the GFS is still the stronger, it's the phasing. You got energy number one, the one over Texas, phases better with a little piece of energy to the north. So even though maybe a little bit less than yesterday, still blowing that storm up a little bit further out to sea, but brings us snow, just maybe not a blockbuster of snow. The Euro, again, the phasing doesn't happen as well. It's much later into the process, and so for that reason, again, little to no snow, and the storm doesn't intensify right on top of us. As we look at the 7-day forecast, outside of that possibility, it's a very quiet one. Generally sunny skies continuing into next week. The temperatures, however, will be a little bit better. No more 20s and brutal wind chills. We'll at least be back into the upper 30s to close to 40 Sunday into Monday.